So, Uncle, once again, I would like to still come back on that part where you speak about determination.
Yeah.
When you look at it, I'm very proud to see that you have set the trend.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, many times in my actions, people would say, indeed, you're just like your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I take it as a very great compliment for the fact that you dare to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
I think what plays a big role here is indeed the lack of determination and what you think about lack of confidence, thinking that you can do the same like anyone that come here. Because I see it even in our government department.
Mm-hmm.
We don't ask references or anything. We accept what is stated. This person has this long history of experience and everything. What about us who went out and studied and come back? Doesn't our experience count for anything?
Right. Okay. Look. I always say to go forward, you need to understand three principles. One is self-confidence. Second is self-determination, and third is the skill of social skills, which means to say a capability, even though people may not see what you are doing and agree with you, the skill to actually get these people involved in order to make your next step. I'll come back to the three things, but I don't think you can actually speak about self determination or self how must I put it? Self-determination of confidence, determination and self-confidence, and social skills without actually, which is so important. You only can speak about these things when you are convinced of who you are. You need to primarily, predominantly know who you are. Unless you know who you are, you're like a tree without any forms of roots, which means to say you are dependent to those who's going to give you some sort of direction. So once you don't know and don't look at yourself from within and accept yourself and be proud of yourself and cherish yourself for who you are and for who the people you are part of are, you cannot be having any self-confidence. You wouldn't be having any self-determination, and above all, you wouldn't have even the life as the social skills to do anything in combination with the first two skills. While saying that, why is necessary to know yourself? It's because knowing yourself gives you the capability and the strength to expose and to step forward with vision in determine based on your confidence what you're about and what you want out of life, which means to say you're not there waiting for somebody to determine who you should be, who you are, and what should be the best for you in life. So unless you know who you are, like I said earlier, a lot of our people are suffering from this problem, which is an inferiority complex versus inferiority recognition to those who are dictating their lives to them daily, telling them where to go, telling them how to sit, telling them how to think, telling them what not to do, and how they should operate socially speaking in a community. So what's happening now, you're having an island whereof, whether it's the white American, whether it's the white Dutch, whether it's the white Danish or whatever, based on white supremacy, just to break it down in a nutshell, you're having a community which is very much actually exposed to the Eurocentric indoctrination, Eurocentric models of doing things, the Eurocentric prescriptive form of education. Could you imagine that you have an education system on this island where hardly or nothing is talked about or mentioned in the prescriptive form of education about your origin as a people? And then our people tend to say, look, I'm not African, I'm Caribbean. Well, we tend to speak about Caribbean, but we are in the Americas. We are in the Americas. And if you want to speak about Caribbean, then you're saying, well, okay, the indigenous people of these regions were the Carib and the Arawak Indians. When you look at yourself in the mirror, there's no way you can come up and say you're Indian. So we have a huge, complex problem which is instilled based on indoctrination, continuation of education, in our people. So when you put all of that together with inferiority complex, by not knowing yourself, by not accepting yourself, by disregarding yourself, and you put the influence based on the educational system, those who are in power, those are the people who are dictating and forming the images for your children as the new generation. Because when you look in the school and you look at all the images which are white, long hair, blue eyes, blonde, this, that, you are not seeing Africans, people looking like me and you. So what does that do to the image forming of your kids? What is the role model effect there? So you are actually having education and a way of social continuation of a community where everything is still based on colonial elements and influences. And so, unless we recognize and come together as a people collectively, respect each other, cherish each other, love each other for who we are, and bow all ourselves as for who we are, and understand that we need to have our differences, which is okay, but to collectively embrace each other and work together with long-term vision and objective, we always going to be subject to new forms of colonialism, which is neocolonialism and exploitation. If you look at this island, I did Emancipation speech some 2.5 years ago based on Emancipation Day. I started out by saying I'm not going to speak about drinking and eating food on Emancipation Day. What I would like to know from the public is, do you all even know what is the significance of Emancipation Day? Because in a lot of people's mind, they're having this thought about people like Lincoln, Wilberforce, who fought and freed our people. Well, our people fought a furious war in order to free themselves. And if you take Haiti, for instance, in this region, whereof a lot of our own people on this little island tend to look at the Haitian people, African people like me and you, and disregard them as nobody, Haiti is paying the price for the nation which has thrown out the French and the rest of the Western powers at the time in 1800 and something by the revolution of Toussaint de Louverture, and declared Haiti as the first independent republic in the hemisphere as it is today. From that day on, Haiti was put into isolation, and there was the Western world clamped down on Haiti and how them paying the price for that revolution at the time. Why? It is because you cannot accept Haiti setting a president in the broader region. And so when you look at Haiti today and you talk about people who have no value and living in extreme poverty, well, it's a systematical design situation which Haiti is paying the price. By the way, when you speak about reparation, the perpetrators, the French, who invade and exploit and destroy Haiti, according to the Western European Western laws, Haiti had to turn around and pay reparation to the perpetrators. So it's just the upside down of the world. And we are still having the struggle globally today, demanding reparation from our colonial masters and the exploiters of our time, and still continuing to be. And so why we are not reaching anywhere in that sense too is because we are fragmented. We are not working collectively as one voice with our differences, which we will have within our own congregation. Put those powers together and you come together, you are a people of great strength. Because the mere fact, although when we look at the atrocities, the dehumanization of our people, the rape and the murders which continue and which took place, and the selective organized ghettos in black communities, whether it's in the US, Europe, we are still being kept in bondage. But if we actually come together, we can break those cycles. Like I said, at that particular moment, I had to outline what Emancipation Day was about, because we tend to forget our warriors. We tend to forget our warriors who freed us and who fought furiously as to bring us into some level of enjoying freedom today. So freedom for us as we tend to see it today and experience it didn't come without a price. Our ancestors paid huge. And the mere fact that we are here today is an indication of the spiritualism which lives within us from our ancestral base as a people. We never know nothing about religion. Another thing, another instrument which is dividing our people hugely is religion. Asian Africa didn't know anything about religion. We spoke and speak about spiritualism, which is a whole complete different content.